I was very interested to learn about those numbers, and people are coming there to learn about the different jobs and everything, the company. So that's very interesting, those numbers. So I hope we are able to bring them to the commercial conference.
Yep, I think everybody wants to hear about the droves of people moving to South Florida, that's for sure. And it'll also be great to hear from Francis Suarez, our eminent mayor of Miami. Let him talk about everything that's happening in Miami with all the new entrants coming in and with the cryptocurrency panel that we have going there, as well as our transportation panel. We've got some people from Brightline lined up for that October 1st. And hey, Enrique, how are you? Everything good? Why don't you join us on Clubhouse? I think we're going to get Enrique Taran from Avanti Way to join us here. I'm trying to talk him into it, sitting in the corridor here of the Florida Realtors Convention. So that'll be great.
Awesome, Enrique.
So hello everybody. I hope you're all having a great day. Um, some of us here were in Chicago on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, part of National Association of Realtors. And then this last couple of days, we've been here in Orlando for the Florida Realtors Board of Directors meetings, training, all kinds of stuff. So we want to welcome you and make sure that you join us up here on stage. We'll be talking about some of the things we learned, some of the people we've met, and some of the great networking that's been going on the last few days here. So welcome to the Clubhouse.
Okay.
Stephen?
Okay, it looks like Enrique is going to take over here and talk from my icon. Go ahead, Enrique.
Hi, Enrique.
Exciting to be out here in the Florida. Orlando.
Doctors, lawyers, engineers.
Enrique, you have a development up in Orlando that you're working on
all
now.
the committees
Is that right?
get together with all the ideas from the forms.
Uh-oh, it's
From the
something that's
forms
misconstruing.
we use in
Misconstrued.
everyday business. Any
Yeah, it
changes you
doesn't
want to
sound
make?
quite right.
Yeah, we're going to get Enrique's microphone hooked up here just a little better. He's a little soft, so give us a moment here. So while we fix that, I'll just say to you all that, all right, Enrique, go.
Yeah, you hear me? Okay, now you hear me. Good, good.
Yes.
So I was saying it's very exciting to be out here in Orlando, Florida, where all the Florida Committee, Real Estate Association Florida committees take place, and it's incredible to see how all these committees get together and they do the planning of the contracts that we utilize. And right now, there's actually a public policy session where all these things come into play, right? So everything all these subcommittees talk about and actually put together are now at the public policy committee being voted in to get to the board of directors, where all these things get approved and then comes out to us in the industry for day-to-day activity. So it's really incredible to see and how many people are really devoted to bettering our industry, making positive changes for us at the local level, and then protecting the consumer. So it's been an amazing event, including the expo, and I also had the opportunity to go up to the to NAR up in Chicago. That was Monday and Tuesday, where again you see this amazing vision nationally, with all this assistance of trying to help realtors become better and really get home ownership out there to the public. So very amazing event. I'll go ahead and give it to Michael.
Enrique, before you leave,
Oh,
are you there?
yes, I'm
Can you
here.
tell us, you have a project in Orlando, don't you, that you're working
Yeah.
on? Is that something you can talk about and let everybody know kind of the scope of that, since it fits into what we want to discuss here?
Yeah, of course, of course. So yeah, over the last 3 years, we've been noticing that there's certain inventory necessities, right, throughout Florida, and we've been buying land, across Florida, where we've been land banking a couple of years, and ultimately, are beginning to construct that land. obviously because the inventory shortage now is at an extreme rate, right? That being said, we purchased a golf course a while back, and we're building 900 units out here. They're investment units. They typically go for about $230,000 a door, and you can rent them out and produce income. It's not short-term rental; it's long-term, stable income. And we pretty much sold 70% of the project already, and we started sales probably 4 months ago. So it's been impressive to see how that has come together on that side. And also in Tampa, we're doing 200 townhouses, and in Lake Worth, which is north of West Palm Beach, we're also building 120 unit rental community to obviously try to fulfill some of this inventory shortage that's out there.
So Enrique, I got to ask you, while you were in Chicago, besides the great sushi, what else was awesome about Chicago the last couple of days?
To be honest with you, what's been amazing is really that high level view, right, of the industry. Something that as a practitioner of the industry, we're on the day to day dealing with buyers and sellers, and dealing with our agents and trying to help them out. And you don't really get to see this high level vision of what really goes on behind the scenes to make our industry work, right? And the passion that all these people volunteer for us to protect our industry, to protect the way we're going and the things that we're doing. And truly, it was mind blowing once you get to the NAR level, right, the National Association level, where they brought all the president elects from all the sub boards or the local boards, and all the chairmen of the committee, where you get to really see this voluntarily volunteer passion that these people have for our industry. And I think that was a huge eye opener. And so many people protecting the industry and trying to do what's right. It's amazing, and it's truly a calling that I would tell all the realtors out there. We need to participate, right? This is what our livelihood is about. This is how we live. We feed our family. This is how we feed our retirement, and we need to participate to make sure this industry exists for many years to come. So that part was enlightening, and then the sushi was great as well.
So for those of you that don't know Enrique, he is a true connoisseur of top, I don't know if it's top level, I don't know what the term is, but he is a master of sushi, and I learned quite a bit at lunch with him. And I will echo his comments about NAR in Chicago. It was fascinating. We had the chance to hear Charlie Rocket, who is a young, incredible speaker. I call him a kid, but he's probably in his early 30s. He is a hip hop music producer, and he has a brain tumor, and his outlook on life was phenomenal, and he talked about how to manifest what you want in life. And I have to say, he was, at first when he hit the stage, I was like, who is this kid and what's he going to teach me? But it was amazing, and he was a phenomenal speaker. So that was great. So hey, Tamika, let's ask you, what have you learned the most of about here at Florida Realtors? What's been a highlight that you enjoyed?
Well, the highlight that I enjoyed was really about this, the day with the CCIM, part of the Florida CCIM chapter and the local, and also on the local level as well, as just to see to be in the same room with all the different commercial practitioners, to see the upcoming things that's going on for the next year or so. Just to be in a room with that, and that's pushing me even more to complete my CCIM. Thank you, Michael. Like you said, you will be pinning me next year, so I'm looking
I look
forward to
forward to
that because you're saying yes. So, but no, it's a great event. I was definitely listening to Casey Conway about the number of companies that are coming here, the number of people that are moving here from New York, just to see all of those numbers and everything. What's going on is how it's taking place, building up South Florida, really, and building up the state of Florida. So it was a lot to learn. It was a lot of networking, great networking. We had a great time on Wednesday evening at our dinner and everything. So I'm just looking forward to our commercial conference that is coming up, and on what is it, October 1st? So I'm looking
yes.
forward to that.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm definitely looking forward to that.
yeah, the October
Hey,
1st
Chepe.
event.
Chepe,
I am right here. Thank you very much.
All right,
I
my friend, tell us what you like. What did you learn the most in the last couple of days,
yeah.
or what did you like
Let
the most?
yeah. Let me build on something that Tamika said. CCIM, for the ones that do not know what it is, Certified Commercial Investment Member. And what it is how do you say? I forgot the word.
An affiliate of NAR.
It's an affiliate of NAR, and then you get your designation. That's the word that I was looking. It's a designation in which you learn a lot more about commercial. So you become an expert in commercial investments and how to analyze, how to break apart a deal and put it together for it to make sense. And what we had here is we had on Wednesday, we had all the CCIM from the chapter. The chapter is the state of Florida. And we have 8 districts. So they come and talk to us and see what each one of the districts is doing and then we create this collaboration and the networking event that we put together with this is just to make money and it's just to understand how the deals are done in other parts of the state and things that we can do to collaborate and get good commissions on it and so that's a very powerful thing. And then on the rest of the Florida Realtors, what we do is we get to see what the whole real estate organization is bringing to us. What's next? We start. They start by looking at problems that we may face and some difficulties that we will face in the future and try to fix that pair with the governments and how to interact with the advocacy that that we do and bring solutions like taxes on commercial leases that we've been putting a lot of effort to take them down because that's just the only state in the nation that had them and a lot of issues like the moratorium on evictions that, by the way, this morning was voted out because it is not legal for them to do it. So there are a lot of things that you can see. Enrique said something very interesting. There's a high level of viewing the whole thing, not the day to day dealing with your customers or buyers or sellers, but it is more putting like sense to the to the industry and making the industry a lot better professionalism and I went to the one of the meetings that I went today is strategic planning, and in the strategic planning they put together a fantastic paper of everything from diversity to uh, charities, and so we you get to see that this is a trade organization that is giving you a lot, or is giving us as members a lot. So that's what I saw. It's a fantastic event.
Stephen, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Enrique displaced me and did just a outstanding job presenting his perspective on how the National Association of Realtors really gives you the perspective on everything that our industry has done for us. So thank you very much, Enrique Terran from Avanti Way. Um, I just to jump on what Chepe was saying. Chepe is the current president of the Florida CCIM chapter, and I wanted to mention that the past president from 2 years ago, uh, Tina Marie Leon from the Tampa area, won the Commercial Realtor of the Year award for the Florida Realtors at awards lunch yesterday. So congratulations to Tina Marie. She's been a fabulous asset and benefit to CCIM and Florida Realtors. So a special shout out to Tina Marie. Kevin, you got something for us? I don't think you're up here with us, but tell us what's going on down in South Florida.
Okay,
Kevin
Kevin, are you
Kruger.
there?
Good morning, everybody. How are you? Kevin Kruger. Sorry, I moved from room to room, so I missed the last couple topics. But good morning.
How you doing, Kevin? How's things in South Florida?
Super
You're handling
fantastic.
everything for us now.
You're still in Chicagoland?
We're up in Orlando at the Florida Realtors Convention.
Oh, yes, yes. Wonderful, wonderful. Things are good. It's only 90 degrees today, not 95.
So great. Glad you're on with us, Kevin. Liz Sturock, who is our Miami Realtors Chief Innovation Officer and MLS Chief, is here with us. And thank you, Liz, so much. She's here in Orlando with us at the convention. And Liz had a few things to say to us about the REACH program, which is a NAR and Miami Realtors joint effort to underwrite startups in the real estate technology area. Go ahead, Liz. Tell us what's on your mind.
Hey, Liz, are you there?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we
Yes, go
can.
ahead,
Oh,
Liz. Thank you.
okay. Sorry about that. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the invitation today. Yeah, so the National Association of Realtors started a company called Second Century Ventures after their 100-year anniversary. And then shortly after that, they built Reach, which is a technology accelerator. And over the last 6 years, it has grown to be the best real estate technology accelerator and a top general technology accelerator that's available in the market. So they started with residential, but have quickly grown into the commercial and the international space, bringing in companies that will continue to keep realtors at the heart of the deal, but also while adding new technology to streamline and add value and help realtors add value. So Reach Commercial this year has some great companies that we have talked to. There's one called Lex, which is offering fractional ownership in commercial properties as an investment vehicle. There's a company called Otso, which is basically underwriting for any commercial lease. And you, as a realtor or as an owner, can, it's so inexpensive, you can just add it to the cost of the lease. And should anything happen to the leasee, you would still receive a portion of your funding and not be left out there. So that's just two examples of the companies that on the commercial side. There's lots that are doing amenities. There's one called Pear Chef that is just making it a lot easier to do in-home dining in multifamily properties and commercial catering as well. So I think there's lots of opportunity for us to continue to work with them, and they just keep bringing up the best. And what I really love about them is NAR spends a lot of time vetting these companies, making sure that this isn't vaporware, that the technology is safe and it's secure. A lot of these are moving, really sensitive information. And I have no discomfort with any recommendations that are coming through here. So we're very excited to be working with and partnering with many of them.
Now, Liz, there's been some past graduates or completers, what have you, of the REACH program over the last several years. Do you have any examples of them that have gone to market and blossomed out of this incubator stage?
Yeah, I mean, a great one is Coeo. And Paul is on. He can talk about them. They've been a great partner for us, a syndication partner to get any properties that are coming into the Miami MLS out to, kind of that commercial consumer, as opposed to them having to go to an agent. So think of it as Zillow for commercial, which, love them or hate them, consumers love it.
That's great, Liz. And you and I had talked earlier, and thank you so much for jumping in. I know you got a tight schedule today. Um, and we did discuss for a future Clubhouse topic on our weekly 12 noon Friday Clubhouse to bring in the REACH candidates or companies that NAR and Miami Realtors is sponsoring as part of REACH to get their take, to have them speak directly to our Clubhouse audience. So we're going to try to get that scheduled in the next few weeks.
Yep,
And
they would love to do that. They have a real gift for doing what's called a pitch battle. NAR just hosted their IOI summit in Dallas. They had 12 companies do a pitch battle, and people could vote. They had an audience favorite. And so they're really great at doing these 2 to 3 minute elevator speeches and, just telling you everything that you need to know about the company in a really short amount of time. So I think that this is a great format for them to be able to tell that story.
That's fabulous. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that sorry, Mike, the Reach group, we're going to bring in either virtually or in person. We're going to bring them into our October 1st Miami Commercial Conference at the Biltmore in Miami and have them present their concept there as well. So really looking forward to Reach. Go ahead, Mike, with your with.
Yeah, Liz, we're working with the 2021 class, right? And then there's going to be a whole nother batch for 2022. When will we hear about what's coming next year?
Uh, the commercial class is usually announced somewhere around March or April, but there's still the 2020 class. Those companies are still doing really well as well. So, just because they're a class behind doesn't mean that it's still not great leading edge technology.
Awesome.
That's great. Liz, we really appreciate your input on the REACH aspect of what NAR and Miami Realtors is doing to underwrite and create additional technology for our industry. And we'll look forward to having you back for that longer conversation about REACH and specific companies involved with that. Really appreciate it. Fernando Arancibia, our incoming chairman of the board of Miami Realtors for 2022. Are you available to tell us what's on your mind and your impression of the Florida Realtors this year?
Well, thank you, Stephen. First of all, I wish you guys could see this, but we have the majority of the people that are here speaking are sitting in different segments of this great big lobby in here and close to the meeting and ballrooms, and we're all on our phones getting together and having this conversation. It's amazing to see. Um, and this is really what is of the biggest value, I think, when we come to a conference of like-minded people and we're all here together, is that we get to network, we get to see each other face to face, we get to have that connection, we get to also experience things together, right? We go um, to an educational session, we hear an idea that it sparks interest in us, and we could have that debate or that discussion about it, and we could see how to implement that idea. At the end of the day, the biggest value when we go to these conferences is in the people that we meet and we interact with, right? We add a lot of value to the information that is, being presented. And there's also a lot of inspirational and aspirational things about the people that you meet. I think I would venture to say that most of the people that come to Florida Realtors Conference or the National Association of Realtors Conference, uh, one of the biggest values is that you get out of your comfort zone. You get to meet people that are doing amazing things around the country and around the states, and there's a great aspirational factor there, and there's great learning and great connections that you make. And last night we had the pleasure of having Admiral, four-star General McRaven do our closing session, and to see him live and in person, and to give us his perspective about what success looks like for a human being, for him to go through what the Marine training is like, and the lessons, lifelong lessons that he learned, and how we could apply it to our own lives. It really is awe-inspiring, and I think it speaks to the amazing power of Florida Realtors, that they always have the ability to bring some great speakers for our opening and closing session, and we get to hear from national and international leaders. And so Stephen, you're asking me about my thoughts. I feel an incredible amount of gratitude, and I just feel blessed to be surrounded. And I will say one last thing. We all, live and work in South Florida, and sometimes what I find, and it's almost akin to a basketball team or a professional football team, the team bonds more when they actually go on away games, right? When they are outside of the realm of their day-to-day grind, and I feel blessed to be surrounded by all of you, because I feel that we have been able to do just that. That we get a chance to really bond together, to spend quality time together outside of our day to day preoccupations and our day to day focus. And so gratitude is the word, and I'm just blessed by being surrounded by all of you. So God bless you
Fernando,
guys.
that was fabulous. I appreciate the sentiments you just gave us all, and I love the away game basketball team metaphor. That is so fitting and so apt. So thank you for developing that and presenting it to all of us today. I think everybody would agree that there's nothing better than person to person communication. Virtual is great, as we're all seeing now, but, up close and personal with people. And yes, Admiral McCraven, the Navy SEAL, with all the information he gave us, and thanks to Cheryl Lambert, the current president of Florida Realtors, for reaching out and getting him enlisted as the speaker yesterday. What a great motivational and just a sensational speaker Admiral McCraven was. And I do have to say, though, Bill Mate from Palm Beach, or I'm sorry, JTHS, Jupiter Tequesta Hub Sound, and myself and Fernando uh, went in the picture line for the post speech picture taking, and it was reserved for VIPs only. And we were at first turned away, but I got behind Fernando. He went to the person in charge of who gets to take a picture with the Admiral, and Fernando dropped the word. We're on the list. We are Miami Realtors. We got in, we took a fabulous photo together with Admiral McCraven. And personally, I'm going to cherish that photo because that was just an amazing presentation. And thank you, Fernando, for getting us in the door the way you.
It is my absolute pleasure. It wouldn't have been the same without you and Bill being a part of that.
I have to say, along similar lines, I went into one of the seminars, and it was going to be on negotiations, and I was thinking it was going to be about win-win, and professionalism. And one of the lady who was speaking, it turns out she worked as a narcotics cop, and her very first drug deal, she had $10,000 of cash in her pocket, and she went in to buy $10,000 worth of cocaine. And she's talking about body language and negotiation skills. So I will tell you that story will stick with me for a long, long time about some things that I wasn't expecting to learn here at the Florida Realtors, but she did such a great dramatic storytelling of like what it means about body language in drug dealing and the FBI. It was a pretty fascinating story. So I'll tell you, body language and nonverbal communication is key in this industry. So that's just a little tidbit I picked up. But I didn't get to meet the admiral, but it was still a great week.
Yeah, the Admiral did an amazing job, and thanks again to Cheryl Lambert and Florida Realtors for setting that whole presentation up. Just amazing footage, and just the life and the journey that the Admiral took was definitely, what was there, probably 500 people in the room watching the presentation. It was absolutely amazing. Pete Catania, you're here, or you're virtually here with us from Broward. How's things in Broward County? You there with us, Pete?
Hey, Pete, are you there? Oh, he disappeared. He must have got off the phone.
Oh, Pete has jumped off. That's okay. Well, Tamika, do you have any wise words of describing your experience here at Florida Realtors?
I mean, all I can say is I had a really great time. This is my first in-person Florida Realtors Conference, so overall, it was a really great experience. So I'm looking forward to the next one. Like I said before, I was just really impressed by all the commercial events and everything, the camaraderie and everything, the things that I learned. So I really enjoyed my time here this week. So I encourage anyone who's in the room today, if they haven't been, it's really a great thing to come out to the Florida Realtors Conference and just the networking, the things that you learn, the classes and everything. So I encourage anyone to come out who's never come to the Florida Realtors Conference.
Chepe,
Yeah,
are you available? Why don't you tell us about the incoming president for 2022? I know she's a very good personal friend of yours, Christina Pappas. Why don't you tell us about how that's going to roll for us?
That's a very important role that we're gonna have to be able to uh, have a beautiful partnership between Florida Realtors and the Miami organization or the Miami Association, because the way we are doing, and the way she's been growing. She started in the Miami Association, and then she grew through the whole path. And her ideas and the things that we're doing with her is that we have a like a seat at the table, at the big table, and giving ideas not only for Miami, because that's not what it is about. It's for the whole organization, for all the realtors, the ones that come and participate, and the ones that just are there paying the license and trying to deal. Uh, she has a vision, and I saw today a lot of good things are planning for next year. But the most important thing is that we are a big part of what's coming. So Fernando or somebody or Tamika said, if you haven't come to these meetings because you think it's a waste of time and you don't do any business and you don't learn anything, you are completely wrong, because this is where you make very good friendships and collaboration with other agents and realtors around the whole state. And I had the the first vice president of NAR that is sitting next to me, is Kevin Purcell. I'm trying to get him to talk, but he's been on the phone forever. So he just passed. I am trying to get him. So if I can get him, you'll hear the importance. I know that the word was the question was about Christina Papas, but the importance of these relationships that we create here. Not every day you can sit with one of the people in leadership and the National Association of Realtors, as you know, is the biggest trade organization in the United States. So it's what, like 1.5 million people, if we're not mistaken. And it is not just to brag, but we just passed California being the largest association uh, on state association. So we're relevant, we're good, and the fact that we have the young Christina Papas there as a president, it makes us very proud. But again, we have a seat at the table. We have her ears, and the incoming leadership also. They're very good. So
Yeah, I was able to
that's
meet. I was able to meet last night, late, Mike McGraw, who I think is the current treasurer or vice president. It'll be president of Florida Realtors after Christina Pappas. I was able to do some Genius Bar iPhone consulting for him last night. I think I got him on the straight and narrow now. So yeah, the relationships that you can build while you're here in person at these events are irreplaceable. So definitely worth attending and interacting with the people here at Florida Real.
hey folks. So for those of you that aren't familiar with Florida Realtors and how this works, I know there's a lot of people in the room that maybe are new. You're part of a local realtor organization, and that local board is part of the state board, and then the state is part of the National Association of Realtors. So the NAR convention, I'm sorry, the Florida Realtors Convention has a trade expo where you can meet new companies and new technology. There's education sessions, which we were talking about on Thursday and today, and some on Wednesday. And there's also leadership meetings, which different committees and different uh, leaders get together and actually make decisions about what's going on with Florida realtors and impacting, as Chepe was saying, on the national level. So even if you have interest in one part of this organization, you're going to learn about a couple of others. And so Veronica just joined me here. She's stepping up. She is part of the communications people with our communications committee, right? I'm sorry. So she's just joined me. She's with CCIM Florida. So talk in my earphone right here. Veronica, tell us what you learned about CCIM and what you enjoyed about the week here so far.
Well, it's pretty amazing because we are the leading sort of chapter in the nation, and it's really such an honor to work with such great CCIMs and be able to make an impact, not just on our members but our communities.
Cool. Thanks. Any specific highlight? Any great seminar leader that you met or somebody?
You mean the CCIM or the real?
Anything this last few days?
Well, I think that having met Tim Blair, who's the CCIM Institute president, one of the things that really struck me was when he spoke about commercial real estate as having an impact on personal lives. And I think a lot of commercial people really need to look at that a little bit more closely, building communities. What we do for the community is absolutely essential, not just, as part of our business, but really just as part of, he spoke about a family who would go into a 1,400 square foot lease and their children would be in the back doing their homework. That was a great story. So that was impactful to me.
Great. So thanks for stepping in. We're going to get you in on Clubhouse real soon. So that was Veronica, and you're in the Orlando market, right?
Yes,
Yeah. So we'll get you back here. So I see another friend here. Inez just joined us up on the stage, girl. What's going on? What did you find fascinating about Florida Realtors this year?
Well, you know what, Michael? Thank you so much for having me on stage. You guys are pure awesome. And you know what? For those of you that are listening, I have Tamika right in front of me and Michael to my left. They're both laughing. I think I got pressured into speaking. But no, but putting things into perspective. You know what? It's so great to see people face to face after so long. So I think I'm appreciating that. There's just so much. I just stepped out of public policy, and you get to see who is what's happening in Florida, all the advocacy issues. They're fighting for property rights. So we're actually discussing commercial right when I was leaving. So super super great stuff. I think everyone here on stage we can agree that they're fabulous leaders. So anyone that's listening, if you have any questions, want to get involved, I encourage everyone to jump in. And with that, I'm Ines, and thank you for inviting me up to speak.
Hey, and let's tell us a little bit about what you do at Avante, because I didn't know this, but you're a tech guru. You really enjoy tech, and I found out about you a few days ago. So tell us, what do you do at Avante?
Well, tech is my passion. It's one of those, like when you go through life and you find that you have these crazy little passions all over the place. So, yeah, my background's architecture, but I'm an early adopter of social media. And with that just came technology, and it just fell on my plate. And I found that it just came easy to me. So I'm on the board of directors for Second Century Ventures, which is our accelerator arm of the National Association of Realtors for
Yeah,
anything that's prop tech.
we just had Liz Sturrock on about 15 minutes ago mentioning it. So that's what I was headed for. You're great.
Ah, beautiful.
Yep.
So we have Reach, which I've been a mentor at Reach for years. What I do at Avanti Way involves innovation and strategy, and just coming up with amazing data to help the agent be smarter. I think the consumer today has so much data at their power. They have so much information, but it's how we use and interpret that information that's powerful. So that's our sweet spot, is helping the agent interpret that information for the consumer, for that agent to be just smart and efficient. So it's fun. It's all fun stuff.
So last quick question. What's the one memory the best thing about the last 3 or 4 days? What's the one thing that just pops out that's most memorable or you'll never forget?
Wow, you love putting me on the spot, don't you? You are crazy. Um, I think it was a conversation I had with Fernando, and Fernando is such a good guy because He's got such a calm and cool demeanor, but he's got a gift to bring people together. And so just having a deep conversation about where Fernando comes from is really cool. But I have another story that I think you guys will enjoy. Is Paul? Oh, I see Paul. If he's listening. So I think I scared Paul this morning because I was like right next to you guys on that treadmill and I decided to do sprints. And he felt like he was having such a good workout until he saw me like sprinting next to him and he started like breaking a sweat. So I think that's my most memorable.
No, she's a fitness beast. I was just in awe. You know, I was trying to do the 5% incline without passing out. But another thing about Inez that is really great that maybe she can at least share a little bit of her experience with historic properties in Miami is for those that don't know, we have a decent amount of properties that are 100 years old, and she's very knowledgeable about that. And we've been wanting to do some sessions on historic properties and work with on the preservation side. So
You know what? And that's actually my real passion. If there was one that I could pick, is because of my architecture background, is historic preservation, and I'm a true believer that the right buyer is there for the right house. And this goes against what we make money of selling a property for whoever wants to buy it. I like to find the right buyer for that historic house that's going to love it and take care of it. But my knowledge of historic homes is just the details. We don't build them like we used to. It's what it boils down to. And I think, Paul, you would agree with me, we have so many in Florida in general. We have so many diverse areas with all kinds of different types of architecture. Obviously the 20s is Mediterranean revival, then we have 30s, 40s, mid-century modern, and we're seeing a lot of these houses been like taken down to build a white box. And not that I'm against white boxes, but we have to do a better job of preserving our history and understand what we're tearing down before we do. And that's my biggest pet peeve.
Yeah, you just renovated a house literally like 4 or 5 blocks from my house in Miami Shores. I saw you posting that a lot, how you got the keys and it was just in rough shape and you did quite well with that. Congratulations to you on that.
Oh, my thing was on. Thank you, but enough about me. Go guys, go.
All right, so who else wants to share a great memory or a memorable moment from Florida Realtors here the last couple of days? We've
We
got a
have,
new guest up here on the stage, Michelle. Is
yes,
that who it is?
yes,
Go
Hey
Michelle
ahead, Tamika,
Belisari.
introduce her.
guys.
Hi.
I just got home. I was there from Tuesday until this morning.
Oh wow.
Yes, it was really, really good. I think the information and the speakers were fantastic. Chelsea Pites, Karen Carr, so many good speakers. Rebar was really good. And the sessions, like Sean Carpenter talked about blogging, Bob Tompkins and Ed Stulak were talking about personal branding. Actually, Inez, your name came up in that, by the way.
I'm sorry I
um,
missed you, Michelle.
I know. You know what though? It happens. I mean, there's so much going on. Um, but it was really, I thought, a very good conference, not overly crowded. I think they did a really good job. And I walked away with some really good information and nuggets. And of course, friendships that, over the years that we've made. And it was just, I thought very well done, actually. And I'm really appreciative that I was able to be there. But of course, there's other things going on, but it was my time to come home.
So I'm seeing Liz Juffin here, who's on Miami Realtors. Hey, Liz, what was the best part about the whole Florida Realtors event? Speak right in here, and we'll listen to you. No, you did great.
Yes, you did.
Paul, what exactly? I don't want to mess up Liz's title. I know she works with us at Miami Realtors. She's one of our professionals, and she's in charge of sponsorships. Is that right, Paul?
Yes, Liz Jufan is in charge of our sponsorship, and she does a lot of outreach to a lot of our developers. So if we need a developer location as well.
So I find it hard that the most fascinating moment was dinner with me, but I'm going to take that as a win. So who else has got a great memory? Something wonderful or some nugget you learned here at the Florida Realtors the last couple of days.
Paul, do you have a nugget you would like to share?
No, sorry, I wanted to bring back Stephen to see if he wanted to talk a little bit more about our commercial conference coming up and the topics that our members are asking about. We have a transportation and cryptocurrency, but as he
You know,
mentioned, those that weren't here earlier, the Mayor Suarez.
well, thank you, Paul. You know, with you working out with Inez and with Mike this morning, I really would like to get you set up as a tennis player, as a doubles player, because I want you to be my partner because you are fabulous at setting me up. And in doubles tennis, that's what you want to do is you want a partner that sets you up. So thank you for that. Um, October 1st is the commercial conference at the beautiful Biltmore Hotel on Coral Gables. It's an annual event put on by Miami Commercial. And when you bring the power of Miami Commercial to set up an event on behalf of the group, on the commercial group, it is amazing the way things come together and gel. So very excited about that. We have a transportation panel that's going to be part of it. We'll have it moderated. We will have the CEO of Brightline, the train that will soon be our way to come to Orlando from Miami, I think in the next year or so. So we're looking forward to hearing his comments on the transportation panel. We have a gentleman from 13th Floor Investments who are very involved in development on the transit-oriented development in Miami and South Florida, building multifamily residences on the train and Metro Rail station sites along the way. They'll be fabulous. I think we have someone from Terra, and we have the gentleman who is head of the Miami-Dade Department of Transportation is going to also be on that panel. So that'll be exciting. We also have the brand new CEO of the Greater Miami Visitor and Convention Bureau is going to speak
Can
to
you
us
hear me?
there. And we also have the mayor of Miami, Francis Suarez,
Kevin,
who's
you want
going to talk
you
with
want to speak?
us about cryptocurrency, all of the new activity coming to Miami from around the country, from California, from New York, and he's going to moderate a cryptocurrency panel. And we're going to have several. We're going to have Drew Hinkes, the attorney, who's heavily into cryptocurrency transactions, facilitating those types of transactions from a legal perspective, and we're going to have some other cryptocurrency experts to talk about that. So we're very excited about everything on the lineup there, and we also are going to have, as I mentioned earlier, the people from Reach, several of them, to talk about their startup progress. And it's going to be a great conference. It's literally, 30, 35, 34 days from now. So we're really looking forward to October 1st.
What's the website to get a ticket for that?
It should be
The
on our.
website to get a ticket is going to be MiamiRE.com. Commercial conference. Just go to the search and input commercial conference. You can find it there, or you can just reach out to Paul at MiamiRE.com, and he can get you hooked up. We're going to start promoting it tomorrow, right, Paul, or maybe
Yeah,
Monday. So.
actually, if you go to our front page, Miami RE or MiamiRealtors.com, if you go to our front page, it's the main banner on uh, our main page. You can't from that perspective, the rotating banner, so you can't see it if you just go to miamirealtors.com. And
Okay.
it's a full March, only $39, and it's going to be a solid half day. There'll be networking. Stephen really outlined the conference a lot. It's even to real estate, cryptocurrency as related to real estate and doing deals and making money and topics and relevant speakers.
That sounds awesome. And also the Brightline CEO. I'm in Boca. Now I'm residential, but we are moving forward with our Brightline station here, which I think is just going to be fantastic for the Miami Boca connection. So I'm very excited that that's now moving ahead. Obviously, after this last, what's been going on. So that's very exciting right here in downtown Boca. And also the tech scene. I'm very interested in that because we're starting to get more and more phone calls about purchasing in South Florida, just on the residential side, because the tech companies are moving here.
Great, thanks. Hey, Chepe, I think you've got a guest there, so let's get him
Yes.
on the stage.
Yeah. Before our guest leaves, just say a quick 30 seconds. I don't know if he has time to say.
Yeah, I have
Say
a guest, but he needs to leave, so he's gonna just very quickly talk about a product that he has here in Orlando.
Hello, everyone. My name is Peter Leon. I'm actually one of the broker and president of the project. My co-partner is the development project is called Everest Place in Orlando. It's approximately 220 acres across from Margaritaville. It consists of maybe 3 hotels, a medical complex, uh, lagoons and residents. It's quite an amazing project. everestplace.com. You can take a preview at it. We have in the next 30 days, we'll be breaking ground, as well as I have some other great surprises coming for in the commercial world for Miami that I will announce in about 30 days for now.
Just to let you know, he made all these connections here at the convention with the Florida Realtors. He got the ears of some very important people to hear his story, though. That's why it's important to come to these things. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. And we're just about wrapped up, so I'm going to say thank you very much to Tamika and Stephen for hosting another great one, and let you guys wrap it up because some of us have a 1 o'clock meeting. But
Yeah, I
great.
was we were hoping
yeah.
and praying for Danielle Blake and Anna Maria Rodriguez, Senator Maria Rodriguez, to come out of the advocacy meeting, which I think is from 12 to 1. But it doesn't look like they're going to be able to make it. They're tied up with their meeting. So, yeah, that's all we got. We'll catch them next time. And go ahead, Tamika. Why don't you take us home?
Okay, well, I'm glad that you guys were able to join us from live from the Florida Realtors Conference. Hope you guys heard all the nuggets and everything we were able here and the connections that we were able to make and learn about here at the Florida Realtors Conference. So we will be back next week. We'll start advertising our new topic early next week. And if you guys don't have any more questions or anything, I want to go ahead and just start closing out the room. So you guys have a great and wonderful weekend.
Thank you,
Bye.
Tamika. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Make
Bye.
a lot of money out there, folks.